Down he goes, Dan, and he'd be lost for the game.
Rashawn Gary with the sack here. He was dominant yesterday. Absolutely the right thing to do. Hoyer takes a shot, head hits the ground, make sure he gets out of the football game.
Third-string rookie Bailey Zappi is the quarterback the rest of the day. Meanwhile, under 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, Rodgers looking. Jack Jones!
This is Jack from Cal Poly ASU. I see you with the big play, Jack, former 5-star, getting the end zone.
That's the fourth pick six that Aaron Rodgers has thrown in his career. Patriots up 10-7. Now, Rodgers, Tunyon, touchdown. Packers up 14-10.
Beautiful job peeking the backside safety by Rodgers and making sure he drives that ball down the middle of the field. I love this from New England's offense. Hard ball fake. You get the front side of the defense to step up, and then this beautiful touch throw by Zappi to Parker.
By the way, the play clock had been on zero for about an hour and a half when they snapped that ball, but neither here nor there. Zappi's first touchdown. 17-ton Patriots. Now we're tied at 17. Damian Harris unties it.
New England ran the ball yesterday. They've run it well all year. Candidly, this is a beautiful cutback by Harris.
Yeah, but speaking of beautiful, 3rd and 3, Rodgers, they need it. Romeo Dobbs. Oh, how about that throw?
The young fella came on yesterday. Some lows, but certainly some highs. I love the back shoulder fade on 3rd and goal.
Final 2 minutes, tie game. How about this throw from Rodgers?
I mean, it comes down from the heavens, Greeny. Absolutely perfect throw in this celebration. Dobbs, I won the game winner. Rodgers with his offensive lineman, and then they're certainly like, oh, you got to take it to the ground in the NFL.
Yeah, and somehow they challenged this for no reason. He clearly didn't catch it, so it's incomplete. We'd wind up in overtime. Both teams would punt, so now any score would win it. Rodgers, Randall Cobb, they're setting themselves up in field goal position. They would let the clock tick all the way down, and then Rex, here comes Mason Crosby. How do we feel about kickers?
Oh, I don't like kickers, but you know what? I like this one because he
Come on, Rex. 27-24. The Packers get the win, but his name is Aaron. But after the game, he was frank.
This is a game we had to win, for sure. I mean, you can't be 2-2 losing to a third-string quarterback and not playing great in all 3 phases. So we had to have this one. This way of winning, I don't think is sustainable because it's just pushed too much pressure on our defense, and obviously I got to play better and will play better.
Look, that's a pretty frank assessment. I made a little play on words there, but I mean, you're playing a third-string quarterback at home. You need overtime to beat him. He's saying it's not sustainable. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, Greeny, this was like survive in advance. That's what it felt like to me. And look, good teams find ways to win games when they're not at their best. And that's what they have. So they still have that championship medal. That's what I'm seeing out of this team. Now, I'm not as impressed with this team as I was the last couple of years. All right, and Aaron Rodgers.
Well, there are 17 reasons for that, right? Or I mean, Devontae Adams.
Amen.
That's it.
They can't replace it. I don't care. I know these young guys were all fired up that some guy fantasy numbers got 8 balls or whatever. I don't care about that. They don't have Devontae Adams, and it makes a difference.
So how good are they? We talk about good teams finding ways to win when they're not at their best. Great teams do that. Are they great? Can they be great?
No, they're absolutely not great right now, but they can be great on any given day because of the dude playing quarterback. Aaron Rodgers has to be better than he was yesterday. When you look back at last week and the way that Aaron Rodgers played ball, that's how he needs to play right now to win. I believe Dan said he played perfect, and that's what he needs to do. But when you look at the way some of these young dudes step up, we see Watkins just getting the ball in his hands, and we see the speed. Dobbs is becoming a receiver that can not only run the deep ball, but he's also been a guy who catch and run. You look late in that game, they were just getting the football out to him in run situations in the 4-minute offense, and he was plowing into defenders. And so they are finding different ways on the outside to make offense happen, and we understand with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, they can run the ball. But it's about 12. If you get to the stadium and 12 is feeling it, if he has like a normal haircut Aaron Rodgers day, this team can score enough points to win. And we also have to realize they're not full strength defensively right now. This team is still plugging along, finding ways. I'm not as nervous as Aaron Rodgers is about this offense right now.
The only offense in the NFC that I have more faith in is Philadelphia.
I didn't say that.
I think that highly of this offense right now. We're boxing this unit into thinking that, one, their quarterback's not a Hall of Famer, because what you still see And I don't care, no Devontae Adams or not, he could do whatever he wants with the football. He could place it any place that he needs to. And the moment where we have those conversations of make everybody else around him better, well, 2nd and 19. How about I rip this seam down the middle of the field in between two safeties and I peek the backside safety, right? RC, you're talking about it. The shuffle, this throw is ungodly. If you can see the defense and when that ball left his hand, there's no way you should throw it, let alone complete it. 3rd and 1, ball fake, the little nuance, get it down low to Randall Cobb to make sure that completion happens. Here's the reality. We want this offense because everyone's going to say, can they be explosive, right? That's what people are going to say. Can they push the ball downfield? They're 2nd in the NFL in explosive plays. 2nd, their explosive just looks different to us because their explosive is all these moving parts pre-snap and post-snap. They lead the NFL in yards after catch. They're 2nd in the NFL in explosive passes because they're so RPO-paced. These young players are coming on. I'm telling everybody, mark these words, October 3rd. This offense is going to be better by the end of the season than when it was.
Made them do it. What the heck? RC. RC is frustrated. So today, one of us is happy and the other is unhappy. The Jets beat the Steelers. I'm happy. My friend Ryan is sad.
And I chose to wear green today.
You wore green for what?
Everyone is wearing
green.
Eagles?
Hey, the Eagles are the best team in ball.
In the NFL.
All right, we'll get to all of those, but that's not where it starts. It starts at the end of a Sunday in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs visiting Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Pick it up early first quarter. Bucs fumble the opening kickoff, so Mahomes and Kelsey are in business quickly.
And I love the fact that they motion Kelsey down. They get him matched up on the linebacker, a little bit of a jerk route. He keeps good separation from the backer. Walk-in touchdown.
Chiefs off to a quick 7-0 lead. Now 3rd and 1. Mahomes, pure magic.
Yeah, absolutely how you draw it up. Leave the end man on the line of scrimmage unblocked and say our quarterback can just do something that not many people on planet Earth can. Gets the ball out to Juju for the conversion.
And then that sets up in the Wildcat RC, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Listen, when you go to LSU, you can absolutely do anything. We get into the Wildcat. Clyde Edwards-Helaire running hard, gets it into the end zone.
14-3. Now Chiefs again in the red zone. Go ahead, Orlovsky. Describe this one.
Yeah, Greeny, I went to
Great
public
design.
school. I don't have enough adjectives to figure this one out. I mean,
You too.
You know what this is? This is when you believe that there's nobody on defense
Globetrotters.
who can stop you, and you have no fear of making mistakes when the ball's in your hand. You spin, you drop, you duck, you dive, duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge.
21-3 Kansas City. Now Brady's Bucks, they need it. He needed Mike Evans back, and he's got him.
Yeah, better to see them operate in the red zone with Mike Evans. 2 high safeties, he hits them down the middle of the field.
21-10 as you score. Now Brady back, but here comes the defense.
L'Jarius Sneed, RC knows, is one of the better blitzing defensive backs in football. Comes off the right side, so there's no plan for it. Ball out.
And now this is tricky. Direct snap, Noah Gray.
Well, listen, Patrick Mahomes is pointing to absolutely nobody, and Noah Gray gets under center and gets the snap for the quarterback's knee. At some point, we have to stop letting them play horse in the red zone.
We're still in the first half.
Catch it!
That's Mike Evans. How about this throw from
Can't
Brady?
throw it better, but when you catch the back half of the football like a Hall of Famer does in Mike Evans, it's beautiful.
So now it's 28-17, third quarter. Oh, yeah, Mahomes has Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
You fake the bubble, and then you get Valdez-Scantling down the sideline. Beautiful anticipation by Patrick Mahomes.
31-17, 2nd and goal. He's throwing to someone named Jody Fortson.
4x1, you get matched up on Carl.
That's a great play, though. That's a great design.
Hey, Travis Kelce, how about that quarterback?
The NFL hasn't seen anything like Pat Mahomes, I promise you that. And you saw it today. He's the Houdini of our era, man.
It's a team sport, so, we didn't play great on offense. We didn't help them very much either, so we didn't do great in the first half. So, tough game, tough team. They're a good team, but, we got to play a lot better if we want to be good teams.
So, Rex Ryan, all summer long, I was so entertained by hearing about how Patrick Mahomes was going to play within the structure of the offense. How about those plays Andy Reid drew up last night?
No, I mean, he's a brilliant coach. Andy does a great job. And Eric Bieniemy, man, I mean, take all the bows you got. The only reason it's so good is because you got a freaking quarterback right here. Patrick Mahomes is unreal. But when you look at the way he's doing this type of stuff, it's like you got to be kidding me. Spins, all that. Let me just dump it here or whatever. He can make all the throws, but it's all the stuff he creates. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And to me, it is hilarious when everybody's like, man, what a great play call and all that. Hell, I'd be a great play caller if I got to coach that dude. Dude, I would be. I'd be a freak. I'd be the man. Just give me the coach of the year.
RC, I'll tell you what impresses me the most is that coming off a loss, coming off a bad loss and a bad performance, Patrick Mahomes bounces back with that kind of night.
Well, this is the thing. We've seen him be that type of dude more than we saw him be the dude that played against the Colts.
Sure.
And that's why you have that confidence to make some of the plays that we've seen him make. But as dominant as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl defensively, that's how dominant Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs were offensively last night. They could do whatever they wanted to. And let's not be fooled. It wasn't just about these plays from Patrick Mahomes. It was about the physicality of the run game and how that front line was dominated for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was how Travis Kelce, who was blanketed by Levante David in the Super Bowl, absolutely abused him on pass routes. This was a complete performance by the Kansas City Chiefs and their offense, and it was one that they needed. Sometimes when you have question marks about who you are and you falter a little bit, it's hard to rebound that next week. This team rebounded like champions.
Tampa Bay was never in this football game.
Nope.
I mean, Kansas City could have and should have scored 50 if they wanted. I'll disagree with you, though. I really believe that what you're seeing in this offense is they got the perfect pieces for the perfect coach in Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. I mean, they are doing a night like Juju's playing tight end for them right now. Patrick, what you see out of Patrick right now is there's zero fear of mistake. And so when you get MVS down the sideline, there's such a high level of I can do anything I want with the football. They're driving the ball down the middle of the field to their tight ends. Patrick's escapability within the pocket is still what it is, but he doesn't fear mistakes right now because he's got so many different options to go with the football. They've scored 15 touchdowns without Tyreek the first 4 games. They've punted 12. The last thing I'll say is I've never seen Vita Vea handled the way he was by Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith on the inside of that offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy are outstanding coaches.
It's the
they really
perfect
are.
storm.
But this guy right